Hey guys, it's Danny. Today we are making a repotting. Yes, I told you I'm gonna take you along while I repot the Sarcochilus. And well, I wanna repot this guy. He doesn't look like he wants to bloom. This one is actually the poorest looking one. I will have to say though, he did try to produce a little flower spike, but the flower spike doesn't look so good. It looks like it's not growing anymore, and considering the state of this orchid, you know, not good. Now, why do I want to repot it? Well, because Sarcochilus are not an orchid that I'm very familiar with, and it's not an orchid I want to play around too much with, and because it's one of those orchids that I will have to keep half of the year outside, half of the year inside. Until I get to know it, I would like to see what are the roots doing, what's going on in the pot. Yeah, it's a little too moist for my liking. It's outside. Things don't work like inside, right? Anyway, I want to repot it in a transparent pot just so I get familiar with the roots. So today I'm going to take you along and talk a little bit about transparent pots with slits versus nursery pots without any type of slits. You know, just talk a little bit about them as I repot my Sarcochilus and tell you what I learned about them as well. I'm just going to have a repot and chill type of a session, and I hope you will enjoy it. Before we start though, don't forget to give this video a like if you end up enjoying it, and why not subscribe? I post multiple times a week and it's completely free. But if you're feeling a little extra and you wish to support the channel further, you can check out the affiliate links down below or the shopping link that will appear for some of you throughout the video. A little side note, I discovered so many things that I use that are available in the US as well, in like Walmart, and you know, YouTube gives me a few options when I look for products. I discovered quite a few things, and I always have viewers asking me, what type of slow release fertilizer do you use? What type of bark? What type of this? What type of the other? And I'm always like, oh, I don't know if you're gonna find it in your area. Now, you know, I'm gonna put it like in the shopping section. I don't know how it appears. It should be down below, like under the video, or as the products appear should be on the screen. Anyway, a new feature that YouTube bestowed upon me. So I'll link you to that. If you see that, check it out. You can also become a member if you wish and have access to some videos only for members. You can also check out the mugs as part of our merch. I'm working on new mugs very, very soon. And also you can use the super thanks option below my videos, whatever you like. Right, so with that said, let's get to repotting. I need my tray. Now, sadly, I did not find a tray like this. Sometimes I can even find Ikea products, but they're sold by Walmart somehow. I'm not sure. You're gonna have to let me know how that works. This is an Ikea tray. You can find it at Ikea. I don't have a link for it. I didn't find it anywhere else. But if you have an Ikea, I think this is their best-selling tray. I have this one for years. It's really good. Right, so as I was saying, I'm gonna opt for a transparent pot. I'm gonna go for a rePotme pot. You wanna know why? So as you know, I'm keeping my plastic pots outside. They're not in the sun. They're just outside. They get reflections, right? Well, I went to get a pot and I couldn't grab it because I cannot even, oh, I managed to get it out. Oh, but this one is falling apart as well. I could not grab it because it's falling apart. And that's because of the UV. And it's not even direct sun, you guys. However, the rePotme ones are perfectly fine. They're really good. I have them, how many years now? 5, 6 years? They have been in the same place as these guys for the past, I don't know, year, a couple of years. These are really such good pots. I'll link you to them down below. You can find rePotme at Walmart as well. I didn't know, now I know. Guys, I've never stepped foot in the US. I have no idea. I don't know. But yeah, I'm finding out things. So I'm gonna be using one of these pots because I do have a few. I think I have enough for the Sarcochilus. And I don't know for this one, if this one is suited. This is the, I guess, 3-inch one, and this is the 4-inch one. I don't know which one is more suited, but it has ventilation slits. Even if it's a little big, it's gonna aerate much better than this one. Sadly, I'm gonna have to throw these away. They're unusable. These are not UV treated. These are. And yeah, they really are. So I'm gonna throw these away and I'm gonna come back with the potting medium and everything. All right, so first of all, I do wanna reuse this potting mix. Oh, I didn't get you in closer. Fear not, I will get you in closer. You don't need to see me. Do not type angry comments. I'm getting you closer now. Alrighty, so I forgot my train of thought. Usually transparent pots are incredibly useful for beginners or for orchids that you don't know much about and they give you a lot of anxiety, like this one. Whereas these guys, you know, if I am to pot a Phalaenopsis or a Cattleyandis, it's absolutely fine. I know exactly how these orchids work. I don't need to pay extra attention to the root system. But Sarcochilus, especially because they need to be half of the time outside, I really have no idea if everything is okay. And since this potting mix is really not old, I will actually reuse it. And I will use a mixture of bark and sphagnum moss. So I'm not going to remove all of it, but definitely I do have quite a bit of roots that need removal because they're dead, but I do have quite a bit of roots growing. How awesome is that? Absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy. But these roots that did not make it, I need to remove them. Right, so let's see. I'm just gonna go ahead and press on them, and whatever is mush, actually, I should put them aside because I want to reuse the medium. Whatever is mush, I'm going to cut away. If I have only sections that are mush, I'm only gonna cut away those sections, just like a typical Phalaenopsis. It actually does have similar roots to Phalaenopsis orchids. That is very interesting. I would say maybe more like Zygopetalums. Right, so as I was saying, these guys really enjoy my outdoor environment in the winter time. They really do not want to bloom if I don't give them very low temperatures. So I will definitely make sure that I arrange a corner or something for them in the garden, in my future garden, somewhere on the terrace for them to spend their winter. They actually did receive quite a little bit of sun as well because it's just, you know, not warm enough to burn the leaves. Now it is, like now this weekend, you guys, well, when I'm gonna upload this video, it's already passed, but when I'm filming, the following weekend, we're gonna have 32 degrees Celsius already in March. Oh no, summer is here. Now though, yeah, I moved them to a more shaded location, but during middle of winter, I had them in my southern side of the terrace, so quite a lot of sun. And they did okay. In the summer though, I cannot keep these guys outside because I experience very high temperatures, 45 degrees Celsius even. Whatever sits in the sun in Cyprus in summer is gonna die, including the paint on your car. If it's not shaded, it's not gonna look good. Yes, everything must be shaded in the summertime here or else. And it's very bad for any orchid you would like to keep in full sun in summer. It's gonna be scorched very fast. Right, I think we're pretty much done. And you know what? This guy has quite a bit of roots. I was thinking I could put it in here, but it's just not working out. I'm gonna put it here. Oh, look at that, perfect. It looks perfect. Now, another thing. Usually I don't need extra ventilation slits in my pots here in the room. It's a southern exposure. It's usually very warm here as well. Yes, I know I wear a hoodie, but I'm typically cold no matter the temperature, unless it's boiling. So don't necessarily look at how I'm dressed. I think we have 26 degrees in this room right now. 25, 26, because I also closed the window. So I can get away without extra ventilation slits here, and it's actually better because my pots retain more water, and usually that's what I need. But outside, these stay too moist in the winter time. So the extra slits will definitely help me out in the environment that I have outside. So about the medium, I'm reusing it. Should I reuse it? Should I use new medium? No, November 23. No, I'm gonna reuse it. Hasn't been that long. So what I'm using here is the Best Grow Sphagnum Moss, which I know you can find at either rePotme, either other stores, and also the Zoomed Repti bark, which again I'm gonna link in that shopping section. It is a decent bark. I find it locally. It's not as good as Orchiara. It doesn't last as long, definitely, but it's pretty good. So I am going to start with the moss down because I do want it to absorb whatever water falls down, but then I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up with the bark. Let's place the orchid in and just try to make the mixture as even as possible, let's say. gonna go with one layer of bark, then a layer of moss, and so on until the top. And the top layer will of course be bark to avoid cyanobacteria. And inside the pot, I will make sure to have an opaque decorative pot. That's the problem in my area with transparent pots. If they stay rather moist especially, and they're exposed to quite a bit of light, they will develop cyanobacteria quite a lot. So I need to shade them usually with a decorative pot. All right, let's see. I will also use some slow release fertilizer because why not? Where is it? I had it around. I'm using Osmocote and I actually found an equivalent, very similar, if not identical in formula with this one, at Walmart. It's so fun. I'll link you to that one as well. Slow release fertilizer is great when you know you're not on point with your fertilizer regularly, or you have a very heavy feeding orchid. And it's a good idea not to reuse it because it gets depleted. I see I did use it in the past as well, in the previous setup, but it's already depleted. And depending on temperature, these things can deplete in 3 to 9 months. So I'm just gonna use brand new slow release fertilizer. And the top, I'm not gonna reuse that bark because it's already very mixed. I'm just gonna use new bark, put it on top. And there we have it. Even if this orchid is a little bit, it's slightly high because I think this pot was a little taller. Yeah, just slightly taller. It's fine, it's okay. It's an epiphytic orchid and it doesn't necessarily need to stay super moist like a Paphiopedilum. Paphiopedilums need to constantly be in contact with the potting mix, their roots, I mean. But these guys know they're epiphytes. And from what I understand, quite tolerant of drought. And I do see they have fleshy leaves, fleshy roots. I do believe they're very tolerant of drought. So it's absolutely fine if it's a little raised in the pot. And look at that. I do have some air pockets as well in the pot. That's fine. That is absolutely okay. I do not mind those. So what I'm gonna do now is run some water through the pot just to wet the medium because it was fairly dry. Let it dry for 3 weeks. It's mildly moist, but just a little bit. And now it's very warm outside. So I am just going to pour some water through it. And hey presto, there we go. Now don't go away because I want to show you something regarding Sarcochilus, but that's about it with the repotting. You know what I want to do? I want to find a decorative pot that fits. Let's see if this is big enough. It might not be. Oh, it is. Yeah, see, I have room as well. Wow, it's actually a great fit. Look at that. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with this. This is, you know what, the only one that I'm gonna repot because I just wanted to see how the roots were doing. But I need to repot all of them. The thing is, they do have some flower spikes, some of them. This one I was sure nothing will continue to grow from here, so I didn't care if I disturbed the roots. I honestly don't think I disturbed the roots way too much. Anyway, this one I'm not expecting flowers from him, so that's why I repotted it. The other ones, I don't know. I kind of want to wait a little bit, but definitely 'tis the way to go. Look at that. But I do want to show you a Sarcochilus that actually has bloomed. I want to show you the flowers because they're adorable. Clean up my space here. These I will reuse with something else. And yeah, hold on, give me a second. Alrighty, so I watered this guy. Some of you will know, well, how will the water evaporate? Because the decorative pot is so tight. It's not so tight. There is 1 centimeter here. So it's okay. It's gonna evaporate. So he's good to go outside, and I wanted to show you this guy. Look, a little flower opened, and by the time that I upload this video, most likely I will have a few more flowers open, so I'll do the B-rolls then. But I will have to say, oh, it doesn't have fragrance. It is darling. Did I tell you I have a thing for tiny round flowers, especially if they're white in another color? The combination is absolutely beautiful, the contrast. It's magical. I love these orchids so much. I think you can see why I am so stressed with them. And I want them to do good. I'm hoping they will be okay in the summer. Given they will not sit outside, they will be inside in the home. And hopefully we're gonna have a much more economical house so I can be okay running that AC because I'm gonna be producing my own electricity. So hoping that the room will stay much cooler than it stays here, because sometimes Anyway, so I hope they will do good, but yeah, that's why I love them so much. They're so beautiful. Another question that I had for you before I let you go. So, do you have a water softening system with salts, with sodium chloride, most likely, in your home? If you do you use that water for watering orchids? How are they reacting to the quantity of salt in the water if you are using that water? Because we're gonna have a softening system, because I can't anymore. We need a softening system. So we're gonna have that, but I'm not sure if the water resulting is good for plants. I will still probably use my reverse osmosis system that maybe I'm gonna mix with the tap water, but I was thinking maybe I can mix it with that water because it's really soft. But you know, the calcium and magnesium is replaced with salt pretty much. So I don't know if these guys will be okay with that. I will do some trial and errors, but if you already have such a system in your home, let me know if you have issues with your plants and the water that you obtain after it's being filtered. Let me know. I hope you understand which type of system I'm referring to. It's gonna be a bit of a trial and error with that, but I'm just curious. Anyway, so with that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll be sure to I'll do something from now. In my pinned comment, in the description and the pinned comment, I will put like many of the things that I've used, the things that I can link. For example, many people will ask me, where did you get this decorative pot? I find it locally. I live in Cyprus. Some things I might find in the US as well, like equivalents, some I will not. So this I cannot link, but this pot I can link. I will put like in the YouTube like shopping section. I will also put the sphagnum moss, the bark, because those are international brands most likely. You'll find them. And in the description as well, I always tell you like the brands and products that I use. Not that Vittsjo sponsors me or anything, but I think it's very good. And I always constantly get questions. What do you use for this? What do you use for that? This is an Ikea, by the way, decorative pot. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. I don't know if they have it anymore. In my country, they don't have this anymore. Or do they? I don't even remember. So I get comments about these things all the time because people probably assume that I do live in the US, but I don't. And we don't have the same products. But as much as possible, if I find links for these things, I'll put them in the top or pinned comment. Whatever I can share, I will do it there. And I think I will do that from now on with most of the videos, especially with repottings. So with that said, let's end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys next time. What do you think about my Sarcochilus? Isn't it pretty? I think it's the most beautiful little orchid. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of him. Don't die. Okay, bye.